I'm back.
This is bad. This isn't the right.
Calm down, Master.
Only the doctor knew that.
Damn it. Screw up, I'm using a guide.
This is bad. This isn't the right solution.
Calm down, Master.
Only the doctor knew the details.
The hell?
This is bad. This isn't the right solution key?
Calm down, Master.
Only the doctor knew the details.
Damn it. Is this even the right one? Maybe I'll just watch a video.
This is bad.
Just making sure that's wrong.
This isn't the right solution key?
Calm down.
Only the doc.
I feel like I'm close. Feel it. Finally! Fuck that place.
Oh, the door actually opened.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, if you're wondering, it's just one gamer that I found out about. Thank God. That was hell. Just gonna have to edit that part out.
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from the notes he left behind.
Now,
in the
unlike
lab
Cinnamon
hinted
Coast
at his
Ken, I
plan.
will actually keep the actual scene of me solving it in,
The
just so you
diagram
guys don't have to
with
suffer like I
sulfuric
did.
acid poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid. He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition.
At the very least, it'd buy him an...
Wow! Melting a corpse? Yay! So cool and grotesque! So who was the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the
This one.
hitman. The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still... When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance. The doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman and use the bot.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to...
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up? Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman will...
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had...
And that was the act he put on by asking, "Who are you?"
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in.
He was trying to lure me.
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the securities, and thereby acquire the corpse he needed.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out?
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors. People from outside to pull it off.
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab...
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now.
Super sexy skeleton since you ever down your spine. No, that's stance.
Aw, so close.
You want that?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab. So the problem is...
Where are...
This place is a real mystery. Then again,
Huh? The Shinigami...
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point! So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet!
I'm getting serious. Deadpool and out of block theater vibes of
Master,
this.
you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside. Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. We are at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your now, Master. Which one will you choose?
When I directed Amapal to go into the... which means he was murdered before...
Your answer
Is correct.
is correct! Congratulations, Master!
What are you talking about?
Little by little,
I
we're
feel a
narrowing
bit
down where the
better.
culprit entered.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet. It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapal entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
But Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapal. She said no one entered or left the lab.
Maybe I was all in secret. Or it could be Hilara. I mean, they always want that cash.
Huh? We're back?
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's Yuma.
No, I can do it.
Where is the culprit for the crime?
This is...
So we have to determine where the.
We'll have to solve them one at a time.
If we know where the culprit was, do you know where, Yuma? At the...
Here! The culprit must have been here!
Yay! It opened!
After the exchange on the intercom, when we went to borrow Amma... But the airlock is the only location... There! The culprit...
But I thought he was just hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime. So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah, the culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapel into the airlock.
And from there, Yuma, you guided Amapal to the doctor's lab. So the culprit entered the doctor's lab before them? How would that be possible? Only Amapal could get past security, right?
Yeah, that's the next big question.
Maybe the culprit used another Amapal unit.
No, the researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapal.
Which means the Amapal Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it? There's no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
Nope, motion denied. Another fork in the road?
Fuck this labyrinth. How to culprit use the Amapal?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely...
I mean, they did say they were trying to use it for military use, which,
Oh? He used Amapal as a weapon? What does that mean?
Well, it means exactly what it sounds like. For example, what if it was already programmed to kill the doctor on sight? Or maybe there were two controllers, and the culprit was controlling it at the exact moment of the crime. If that's the case, then I was the one who brought the murder weapon right to the doctor.
But Yuma, you watched Amapal's camera footage the whole time, didn't you? You would have seen the moment Amapal murdered the doctor.
Maybe fake footage was being shown instead. It could have fooled us.
I don't know.
How convenient!
But now it's
It's like
certainly
it could do
towards the
anything.
doctor. I mean, he did not say
What
very
do you think of my reasoning,
good
Vivian?
things about him.
I have nothing to say about it. Besides, yep, I knew it.
You sounded so confident, and you can take responsibility and get us out of here!
Did Amapal... Suddenly Fall Guy. I swore I saw it Among Us.
More, Master!
Did Amapal launched the knife.
The doctor's corpse had 3 stab wounds, but if it had launched knives at him, there were...
Knife for missile. Hashin.
Of course, if the knife is the murder weapon, then it's impossible.
Your life is nothing but mistakes, Master.
So is my life, to be honest.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Now?
Anyway, now we gotta do it over.
Yeah.
Huh? What do you mean, use Amapal as a shield?
Amapal is supposed to be sturdy enough to withstand an elephant stepping on it.
I mean, they said it was like an exaggeration,
Maybe
wasn't
use
it?
Amapal as a shield against the security system.
So, the culprit followed behind Amapal to avoid the toxic gas and explosions?
I get it! You're so smart, Master!
Really? I don't think so.
Hey! Master just showed off how smart and logical he is. Master, what? Come on! Take it from the top!
The gas.
It's gonna crush us!
I swear. Did I push the wrong button by mistake?
It's gonna crush
Nope, I
us!
did not.
Yeah! Even if Amapal itself is fine, it wouldn't be able to protect...
High voltage stock can be. Yeah.
Even though Amapal is sturdy, it couldn't withstand...
Wait, but it's a robot. It couldn't. So it couldn't be.
Which means
You're only realizing this now.
Perhaps you will improve.
I'm trying my best.
Do you think neither is really the right answer?
Given the process of elimination, that must be it. Amapel's hands aren't designed, which means and the culprit couldn't have used it. It can't neutralize the toxic gas.
So then, how did the culprit?
I think
That was Huh?
We've been here before.
But the door we opened
yeah.
Huh?
So
Then the question is the same. Does that mean we gotta do it all?
Well, the logic is still sound. There's
So you wanna choose the same answer?
If you do, we'll just be brought back here if we can't. And I refuse to.
Hey! Don't sit down!
what should I do?
Stand up!
Stop it. Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master.
Fine. We're back at. Where was the culprit before the crime? With that in mind,
Connected?
Help him out more.
the culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot. At that moment, only the
it is the
culprit
robot
knows.
researcher.
The culprit did
Clues are always there. Did you notice anything strange back then?
something. Hey! Now that you
Oh, hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapel sees. It's like the cockpit of a mech.
Whoa, what was that?
Did it break already?
No. There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while it returned to normal pretty
See? I told
Oh
you.
yeah, I
it
don't
was
think I finished my
right
story
under your
last time. I was
nose.
talking about
That
like
was a
so.
clue
Basically, my
to
family's
help
out of town.
solve
So
this mystery?
basically, I had like the Mario Kart, the Mario Kart home circuit.
Actually, everything.
I set up
in
like a
this
bunch,
world
made a
is
little
key
course,
to
and I had a
solving
bunch of my
mysteries.
Legos.
You just haven't noticed them. Perhaps there is more you're overlooking.
I gathered every Lego set I
Something
could, every Lego
missed.
minifigure I could find, and had my Mario run them the fuck over.
Else.
It was glorious.
Huh?
Now that I think about it, the culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapel.
Yeah,
but
sadly he doesn't work
why
very
didn't
well
they
on
ever show up-
carpets.
If the culprit went past Amapel to
Now that you mention it,
but nobody showed up on camera. How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's?
hey, aren't you just...
No. All the pieces.
Huh?
Yuma. The mysteries you face now can be solved with a
A single.
sheesh.
How did the culprit use Amapal?
One mystery after another! What do you do now? It's...
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's
Or not.
I'm gonna just sit on this kid.
Nobody said, Mask. Use those weak brain cells of yours.
culprit's location. Amapel's use it. Its malfunction. Why didn't the culprit?
Yeah,
appear?
he was
Can
on
this be
there.
Solved with just one answer.
Called it! Damn it!
I got it.
And considering how
Culprit rode
short he
Amapel's
was,
head, using it as a method of transportation.
The door opened!
With every open door, it would be
the
harder for
door.
Absolutely. I will find the truth no matter what.
So he wasn't dead all along like I expected.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of What did you mean by that?
Literally what I said. The culprit rode Amapel and used it to get through. After we left Amapel in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device.
Again, I want to use the Amapal again later.
Then they jumped on Amapel's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
That's insane.
Is it? I think it's... Amapal can withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight. So, someone riding on it should...
The shoe print on Amapel's head wasn't caused... It was left there from the culprit.
After that, the culprits... By doing so, the culprit was able to evade the camera.
You're right. If it's true. Imagining the culprit.
But Yuma, you're still missing something.
What's with that huge...
The greatest mystery of this case.
This case's greatest...
Who the killer was?
This is the panel chamber.
That means the doctor's lab... Is this?
Well, this is the mystery to be...
It's me.
God, this mission sucks. Yeah, of course.
The culprit...
He
murdered the
then
doctor
jumped
before
up there
Amapel's
and
meetings.
then-
The culprit... It was when the door...
Yeah. When the...
Right. The...
Like this? We still haven't reached the goal.
I mean, considering how
Is
like
this a joke to you? Your deduction, if this is a joke.
Master.
Of course.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss it in the trash. I am the Saint of Kanai Ward, protecting... The culprit hopped off Amapal.
The door opened. Then flipped
The gap in the door. That's impossible, even for Think the Slaughter Artist. Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit,
I'll slash through this mystery. Amapel is designed so that when its hand is stretched out, it won't execute any other... That's why when it was pressing the button for the door...
you're not getting out of here.
Amapel couldn't. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Since the door opens outward, it's possible to take advantage of the blind spot it creates. That's how the culprit managed to stay outside the camera's view as they entered the doctor's room.
So it's an elaborate
Yeah, so
murder
far
that
we've
took
only
advantage of Amapel's
seen
design, and even the
Yomi.
direction the door opens.
And maybe Yomi is the killer.
Whoever planned this must have really wanted the doctor, I guess you can call it. But how scary. Just like, where will it take us? Perhaps a sweet...
Knock it off with the weird soliloquies. Let's go.
You're really going?
Huh?
Again?
When the culprit entered the doctor's...
Huh? Yeah?
At the time, if the door opened and...
So what if he did notice?
Yes, if he had noticed an intruder, which means...
That piece of trash is right.
Hey, what are you?
Listen to my incredible words of wisdom. Your crappy deduction is worth less than shit! Damn it! Your deduction is inconsistent. It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be.
From behind.
That claim doesn't hold up! No, the culprit did stab the doctor in the back. That's how the body was discovered.
That's why I'm saying your deduction is inconsistent. By your logic, the doctor couldn't have been murdered in that way! The culprit quickly entered the lab. But the doctor was in the room at the time, right? There's no way he missed an intruder. Running is noisy.
So Wesker would have heard and
Turn to face the culprit.
and his chest,
Would have been stabbed.
not his back. Unless you think the doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of...
Him being drugged
Even if he didn't look back,
from his desk.
he would have heard someone coming.
This is the truth! Wait, the doctor...
Now you're spouting nonsense. There's a gaping hole in your logic. Because you, more than anyone else, you're the one refusing to see the truth.
What? Vivius said the same thing.
It's strange, don't you think?
Huh?
You've solved many mysteries up to now.
That's because the...
If that's the case, why haven't you reaped the...
It's not that easy. The culprit will fight back unless we solve all... Hang on.
In my eyes, the reason a single mystery has is because of Yuma's reluctance.
Huh?
What?
Subconsciously, that's why you haven't touched on...
What hole?
Whatever, that's enough. And
Oh, hey!
Yuma. Yuma.
jeez, go away!
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The huge hole in this investigation?
What are you...
Just ignore him.
Let's review your deduction, shall we? The culprit took advantage of Amapau's locked position and entered the lab. And before the robot entered the room, that person stabbed the doctor from behind. However, they bumped into Amapal while escaping, causing it to fall over. That was obviously a mistake, but since it wasn't captured on video, they were able to avoid detection. After that, the culprit went inside the decontamination device in the airlock to hide from you.
That's correct. So what's the hole in my deduction?
It's before all of that. It remains the case's greatest mystery.
Which is?
How did the culprit get past security?
What?
We already told you that. The culprit wrote up.
But if
Oh.
This is the end for you!
Oh, come on. Why now?
I won't let you maggots ruin as the king of Amaterasu Corporation and the guardian of Kanai Ward.
perhaps this too, tell me, what will you...
No, I'll fight. Whether it's subconscious or not. I'll find the truth no matter what. This...
You'll scurry around this labyrinth forever, like blood. You'll rot away in it, looking for an answer that will
My feet. My feet have been hurting me a lot lately.
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab
Security system was always live. There was no way
to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would...
find the culprit. That security system?
No living human can breach it.
I'll slash through this mystery. A human could get past the panel chamber. In fact, that's how we got past the pan. But we reversed time.
Correct. So whenever it was struck, but while that was occurring, that person was burnt to a crisp.
But,
Which means you killed the culprit.
Vivia,
If only you had chosen to remain ignorant. But if you intend to seek the...
what are you doing?
He's going to betray you.
Betray me?
It's up to you, This is your final... What are you going to do? It's time to
Why, Vivia?
Oh god, we're gonna fight him.
Let me ask you. How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's
Impossible to avoid the
gas.
culprit would surely die. Let me ask you. How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to avoid the gas. The culprit would surely die. You should already know.
Know this, right?
The
Gas has a special trait.
gas can see
Through even a gas mask. No
ability to nullify.
toxicity.
Once it hits you, you're done for. You die before reaching.
Weska.
This is the truth! If you pass through the toxic gas, you'll die. But you'll have 30, which means you could survive for—
What? Don't.
There are no gas masks here that can block this toxic. There's only one way you could— You do nothing.
Then the culprit didn't.
It's the only explanation that But if the culprit really did—
Then they.
The culprit. The culprit.
It appears you finally glimpsed the truth. Well, how does it feel to have your— Isn't this what you want?
Huh? What's he talking?
Yomi's mystery phantom, subconsciously.
Huh?
Up until now, the mystery labyrinth was withholding the mystery, and that's because it's a reflection of my own reluctance.
Master, what's wrong? It's the hitman, right?
The truth. Nothing has less value in this isolated. No one wants the truth. Now, rot away and die. No one will get in my way. They both belong to me. If the culprit carried out the crime, then they should be
dead from the toxic gas. But no one at the scene has died from poisoning. If you can understand that much, then what are you still doing here?
You're right that no one in that lab, but that was part of— They planned to—
Yuma, your world.
Your deduction is
Wrong.
Don't disturb the peace. It's not even worth debating.
Is this the best you can do to—
Refute it. Just give up and die.
With this, I'll expose the truth! The culprit, the hitman. The culprit realized their plan would be exposed if someone in the lab died, so they used the hitman to cover up their own—
Use the hitman?
Meaning, the hitman wasn't hired to— They were hired to cover up the culprit's death.
Huh? The hitman's target was the culprit? But the doctor was stabbed by the knife with the inscribed F. Doesn't that book—
All you would need is a similar— The story of Fink the Slaughter Artist using a knife and—
Nah, we leave it alone until we receive further orders. It's the one that Fink the Slaughter Artist.
So it was all a ruse?
Stop, 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 stop! You useless garbage! To hell with detectives and the truth! I won't let you have your way and— There is no real culprit! Dr. Weska was killed by the hitman!
Huh? What's going on?
The real culprit. The real culprit.
The time has finally— It's time for you to— If the tiny crack spreads any further, knowing this, then show me
The clues pointing— I know. I've known.
now.
The bloodstains photo found in the hallway near the lab. That was the hitman's target. The real culprit, the blood obscured the person's face. It could only be one. It could only be.
How do you know? That person in the and
It's.
No! Don't you dare say—
I don't know. Good luck, Master.
Yeah, for me trying to avoid the game, I sadly, as much as I would like it to be Yomi so I could kill the bastard, it's not him.
Damn it.
Huh?
Chief. Yoko.
Why? What the hell?